Areebah, I'm so stressed out.
Sonya, why are you stressed out?
Because I don't know the roles of the president.
Sonya, I know something that can help you.
Whoa, where am I?
We're here to teach you all about the roles of the president and more.
Yeah! Mr. President, what are you doing?
I'm initiating military hostiles.
Congress hasn't declared war yet.
So, I'm the unilateral executive in war making.
Don't you have to, until Congress declares war?
No, this is final.
Well, okay.
The President of the United States of America has many roles that are enumerated in Article 2 of the Constitution, such as running the executive branch, having the power to veto legislations, and conducting diplomacy, and much more. But one power the President has is being Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. One example of this can be seen when George W. Bush was President. As Commander-in-Chief, Bush had many powers, but the decisions he made were beyond the powers he was given. He used his authority to initiate military hostiles even before Congress declared war. This leads us to believe that even though there is one person making all decisions, the quick decisions may not be the best ones.
I think I'm in a compromising position right now. I don't know what to do. I think I'm going to have to grant clemencies to some people in my office.
Sure, that's the right decision. Pardons are only done for the good of the people.
I have to. This is the only way I can stay out of legal troubles.
Another role that the President of the United States has that's enumerated in Article 2 of the Constitution is having the power to grant unlimited pardons and clemencies for federal crimes. This power may be positively used, such as when George Washington excused the rebels in the Whiskey Rebellion if they promised to swear allegiance. But this power can be used in a negative way, such as with George W. Bush, who pardoned 6 of his administration officials in order to protect himself from legal difficulties. The pardon power can be used in a beneficial way if it puts the people of the U.S. needs first, but not just the president.
Wow, guys, thanks. I really understand the roles of the president now.
But wait, there's more.
You need to properly understand the roles of the modern president. You need to know some more information, which we'll show you now.
Just redo it. Oh my god, I won Texas, one of the biggest states and the most electoral votes. I definitely have an advantage in this election.
But wait, you didn't win Delaware. You didn't win the electoral vote of us. And we have a direct correlation. I'm not sure. I don't know if you'll win.
I guess we'll just see when the results come out.
Yeah, because small states have a big say.
But isn't there more I need to know about the Electoral College?
You're right, and we'll show you in the screencast now.
So the Electoral College is a system of which the president is elected. Every 4 years, a primary election is held in each state before the election, where each political party decides who will be the candidates for president and vice president. In the United States, the total number of electors is 538, and a candidate needs at least 270 to be elected president. Each state's electors equals 1 for each member of the House of Representatives and 2 for senators. Voters of the United States don't actually vote for the candidate, but the presidential electors do, who are chosen by the state political party. The government then makes a list called the Certificate of Ascertainment. The certificate states the winning candidate in each state and shows which electoral representative will stand for each state at the meeting of electors in December during the election year. During the meeting of the electors, each elector for each state votes their choice of president and vice president on separate ballots. Each state's electoral votes are then counted by Congress the year after the meeting of the electors. The House of Representatives and the Senate meet and tally up the final electoral votes, and the President of the Senate announces the winner. The elected President takes the oath of office January 20th following the year of the presidential election.
I heard from someone that you could have a plural executive. Is that true?
We'll get more into that. Angela will explain more of it.
Okay.
So what is the alternative to a unitary executive? In Anti-Federalist 1, they opposed the idea, because they thought the sovereign's will is law. And they thought a unitary executive would put too much power in one person. And they thought that such power given to one person would result in this.
So much power. I need more! More! I will rule the world!
In Anti-Federalist 1, it is also stated that a pure democracy, people come together to deliberate and decide. So what that means is that there's not a crazy power struggle, and everything's a lot more fair.
So much power. I need more. More.
Whoa. We're a plural executive, remember? We both have to make decisions together, and I said you can't do that.
Okay, let's share. So here are some real-world examples of multiple executives. In ancient Sparta, they had 2 hereditary kings from 2 separate families. They also had a group of advisors known as ephors. Now, both of these kings presided over the council of elders, and together they decided on what matters would come before the people. Now, this system of government for them was very advantageous, especially in times of war. One king would lead the army on campaign, while the other king would stay back at home and handle matters of the state. In ancient Athens, they had a council of 500. An equal number of men from each of the Athenian tribes were chosen by lottery to join this group, and they would discuss matters involving foreign relations and things that would be discussed in the legislature group. These men also had control over the military, just like our executive, but unlike our president of the United States, they would decide matters as a group. Athens was a pure democracy, meaning the people themselves were directly participating in the government. Now, one modern-day example is Swaziland. They have a king, but he rules jointly with his mother, also known as the Queen Mother. Now, the king has most of the responsibilities. The Queen Mother is mostly a symbolic figure, but if the king is unable to fulfill his duties, the Queen Mother takes over. Now, the king has all the abilities of controlling the military, these force everything. He can call the legislature or the parliament into session, and he can dismiss it, just like parliamentary democracies. But this is more considered to be a monarchy in that sense. But
So did you get the alternatives of the executive part?
Yeah, I finally understand the alternatives to a unitary president. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
yeah.